Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? When I first heard about Ukuthwala, I was down to my last cent. I was a nobody, struggling to make ends meet. And at that time, me and my wife, we had been fighting a lot. It was about 5 months when I had lost my job. I started surviving on some piece jobs. And one thing that I've learned about women is that when there is no money, she will never stay in that relationship. I was struggling a lot. And me and my wife, we had tried to make love one night. And she was like, stop it, I cannot do it anymore. I cannot focus. How can I focus when you know that since morning I have only ate one slice of bread? How do you expect a woman to feel good about making love to you when you can't take care of her? Remember, this was a woman 5 months before whom I used to spoil each and every month because I was working. Now she was treating me like I was a nobody. Because of the pain, I then started fighting with her. She fought with me back. We fought really hard, and then she ran away to her parents' house, and her parents said that they did not want her to come back to me. I was so sad when I heard that she had gotten a job. It was as if God was now laughing at me. My ex-wife, she had gotten a job and she started dating another guy who had a good car. So the guy would come and pick her up and drop her in the evenings. I once thought about murdering them. I'll start with her and later on plan about murdering the boyfriend, but I said, let it go. I saw guys who were driving very beautiful cars, always flashing money, living like kings, whilst I sat there, watching with envy. I was tired. I would complain to my ancestors. I am tired of being a ghost in my own life. So I went to see a Sangoma, a man who could help me with the rituals. I wanted everything, money. I did not care what was going to come with this money after doing the rituals. I did not care how much it was going to cost me. My leg, my arm, even the life of my mom. All that I wanted was to be free from poverty. The Sangoma did not sugarcoat anything. He told me outright that to gain, I had to give up something precious. My soul. He said that these rituals that I was going to do, it was a covenant that was going to last forever. So I did not care that time. I was making some rushed decisions. Who needs a soul when you have a bank account that is full of cash? That was my mentality. I was arrogant, too angry for wealth to be afraid. The first task was to bring him the hair and nails of a young virgin. So he said, if you have someone, I want you to get so close to them and cut the hair as well as her nails, and then you bring them here. So I thought of my neighbor's daughter. She was only 15 when I did this to her. I sold my phone that I had bought when I was still working. I had been holding on to it for a couple of months, and then I decided to sell it. I returned back from town. Already I had told her that I was in love with her, and she said, buy me something to show me that you care for me. So I sold the phone, bought her some flowers. I donated the rest of the money to her, and then we started dating. I had no intentions of sleeping with her. All that was needed was those items from her. She was thrilled, naive, and easy to deceive. I would go for some piece job, maybe work for 300 and then only use 50 rand to buy cold drink and bread, acha, and go to bed. Then the rest of the money, I'll give it to her, for I knew that I was going to benefit even more. The next part, even though she had no idea what was happening, I invited her over to my place. And that day, I had asked her if she could make love to me, and she said that she could not because she was on her menstrual cycle. I was happy. I said, please come over. At least we can just kiss and cuddle. The girl came. When she was fast asleep, I stole her sanitary pad because I had bought new ones for her. Forced her to change before going to bed. That when I took it and I just placed it in the refuse bag. Later on, when she was fast asleep, I then took it. I took her scissors and then I cut her hair. And then I clipped her nails slowly but surely. After that was done, I just placed it in a tissue, wrapped them together, and I waited for the next day. Then I went to that Sangoma and I gave it to him and I said, so quick, You really want money. And then he told me that the next part required fresh blood and more blood. At first, I said, what am I supposed to do? Because the money that I had to go and buy Zol, but at the same time, I had to buy the chicken for the rituals. So I said, what am I going to do? That was when I was sitting thinking about whether to buy weed or a white chicken, like I had been told by the Sangoma. I then said, weed first. Let me buy some weed. It is going to make me think properly. When I was smoking my weed, I was just sitting outside. And then I saw my neighbor's dog, one of those gassy dogs that are all over the place, those stray ones that will go around following everyone who have food. I said, this one will do. I then went and I bought some supek and I cooked it. And then later on at night, it was on a Sunday because I knew that people would be drinking from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Most of the people, they would be resting, preparing for Monday. When it was around 10 p.m., it was really quiet. The streets were quiet. I took my bottle, pretending as if I wanted to go and buy some alcohol. When I was passing through my neighbor's place, that was when I called the dog and gave it a piece of meat. Like a faithful soldier, it followed me. It followed me until we were in the bushes. Then I gave it the rest of the meat. When it was busy eating, I swinged my knockberry that I was holding so hard, and I hit it so hard. It did not even let out a sound. I took it by surprise, and then it fell to the ground. I was supposed to be scared when I was looking at its lifeless eyes staring back at me. The stench of blood should have bothered me, but what I did, I took my Stuyvesant cigarette and lighted, as if I was enjoying the sight. I was now a demonic man. So I was told that the blood of the animal and whatever that I had taken from that girl that I was dating, it was not going to be enough. I was told that a human heart was needed. I said, a human heart? Where am I going to get a human heart? I'll get arrested most. And then the man said, no, it is just a symbol of a human heart. What we are going to do is that, can you buy a cow? If it is a bull, it will be fine. I did not have the money. He then said that he was going to speak with the ancestors, and the ancestors agreed that since I was poor, we could use a chicken's heart. So I then bought a chicken, and after I had bought a chicken, all those things were mixed together. The sanitary pad, as well as the nails, as well as the blood of that dog that I had murdered, mixed with the heart. And I was told that I had to eat everything. Right there, I had to eat everything whilst it was raw, like that. I felt like I did not have any choice at all, so I ended up eating everything. When I ate everything, that was when I was told to start a very small business, a really small business. I started with a car wash in the location. I made money, moved into town, then I started my own business. Right now, I have so much wealth, but I know that my wealth is not clean wealth, for it is soaked in blood. I then got married. What I like about my wife is that she's a professional. You know, these women that went to school, university, graduated, and have good jobs. They are westernized, and they do not care a lot about African traditions. They think that it is just some things that people do, but they do not exist. That is what I like about her. So regularly, what I have to do is that I take used sanitary pads and I then soak them in water. I am supposed to drink that water, but before doing that, I have to take a pubic hair. There are times when I wait for her, when she is shaving herself, sometimes I can even offer to do that using a shaving stick, and then I will put a towel underneath her buttocks so that the pubic hair can fall on top of that towel. Then after that, she will go and clean herself up. Then I will take that pubic hair and I keep it, if I have to keep it, until the day when she will be on her periods, when I will still use my sanitary pads, soak it in water, mix it with her pubic hair, then I drink. So that is how I made my own money. And my wife gave me 3 kids, and all of these kids, they are sick. The way that they are sick, it's some weird diseases, such that most of the people don't even know about them. They are allergic to almost everything. So that is part of the rituals that I did. They have to be sick for the rest of their lives. That is my own confession. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. It was the translation that was forwarded to me by our admin. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.